107.9 Fresh FM 107.9 Abeokuta.
Ondo kẹ̀rìírí ó ń mìlú títì Fresh 107.9 FM lábẹ́ Olúmọ wọ́n ń gbọ́ lókè lálá Ẹ̀gbá la wà nílùú Abẹ́òkúta.
From the rock city of Nigeria. Rock city of Nigeria. This is Fresh 107.9. Stay tuned for the news on Fresh 107.9 FM.
It's 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. This is Global Updates on Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta. I am Omoyemi Adesoye. First, the headlines. Nigeria records 1,145 new COVID-19 cases, highest ever in one day. Katsina Governor Aminu Masari receives abducted schoolboys, assures them of proper care. On the foreign scene, U.S. said to approve Moderna COVID vaccine. In sport, Robert Lewandowski beat Ronaldo Messi to win FIFA Best Player award. Stay tuned for details of this and more. And now the news in detail. Nigeria has reported 1,145 new cases of COVID-19. The figure was the highest ever infection recorded in one day since record keeping commenced in March. According to the NCDC, total COVID-19 cases in Nigeria now sums up to 76,207 cases, while 67,110 cases have been discharged. The country has recorded 1,201 deaths. Of the new cases reported on Thursday night, Lagos recorded 449, FCT 145, Kaduna 138, Plateau 80, Katsina 70, Gombe 52, Niger 31, Kano 23, Bayelsa 21, Bauchi and Ondo 18, Rivers 17, Ogun and Oyo 12 cases each, Edo and Nasarawa 8, Ebonyi 7, Osun 6, Ekiti and Kebbi 5, Borno 4, Jigawa 3, Akwa Ibom 2 and Anambra 1 case. Meanwhile, the PTF on COVID-19 has indicated that it will begin to review further reopening of the nation's economy as it declares officially a second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic in the country. Speaking on behalf of the PTF chairman, who is currently on self-isolation, the Minister of Aviation, Adesirika, made the emphasis that owing to the spike, all non-essential trips be cancelled outrightly. He also announced that vaccines would be made available by first quarter of 2021.
Is that we have entered a second wave of infections, and we stand the risk of not just losing the gains from the hard work of the last 9 months, but also not losing the precious lives of our dear citizens. Current realities, however, point to the fact that the course of further opening up of the economy may have to be reviewed.
The PTF, while noting that Lagos, Kaduna and the FCT are currently recording the highest number of cases, charged public and private leaders to enforce strict adherence to the COVID-19 protocols.
Let the leaders of restaurants, the owners, the directors in offices and ministries enforce that if people are not wearing masks, they should not enter that premises.
We will communicate the measures that will be required over the coming days once we've had additional discussions with the state governors as well as with our principal.
And to security matters, the 344 students of the government Science Secondary School in Kankara, Katsina State, who were abducted last Saturday, have now returned to the state after about 1 week in captivity. Looking relieved and joyful to be home, the boys were received in the government house by the state governor Aminu Masari and other officials of the state government. The students regained their freedom yesterday following days of negotiation between government delegates and the armed group behind the abduction. The governor sympathizes with the school children over the ordeal and promised adequate care for them before being reunited with their parents.
Let me also use this opportunity to call on all of us. The security and the responsibility of each and every one of us. This incident happened in Kankara, but the whole state was involved because no local government out of the 34 was left out of this situation. The students of Kankara Secondary School come from all the 34 local governments of the state, some from even outside the state. So in this, we are all involved. The entire state and the entire country is one body. If any part of the body is sick, the whole body is sick. For the students, this should be part of their history. And we are journey to adulthood. This will be permanently.
Meanwhile, the President, Muhammadu Buhari, is restating his stance on the performance of the nation's service chiefs and other heads of security agencies, saying their best is not good enough for him. President Buhari said this in an interview on NTA's Twitter handle on the occasion of his 78th birthday, adding that the armed forces have their jobs gone out in the coming year as they will be very busy. He vowed his loyalty to the country but admitted that he has no excuse to fail in securing the lives and properties of Nigerians whom he swore to protect.
Forces know their job. I meet them. We have security meetings from time to time. They must be very clear of my instructions. Their efforts is not good enough for me. Our responsibility, I said, is to secure this country for all the citizens to do their businesses without any problem. We haven't achieved that yet, but we will keep on trying. I will continue to be loyal to this country. I have asked for this mandate. I got it. I must not advance any excuse for failing to perform. But the insecurity, I'm extremely worried about it, and I hope next year it will be different. Those among the law enforcement agencies that remain in charge will be extremely busy.
Still on security matters, bandits have attacked the convoy of the Emir of Kaura Namoda, His Royal Highness Sanusi Mohammed Asha, along Zaria Funtua Road, killing 3 policemen and 5 others. Relatives of the Emir told newsmen today that the incident happened on Thursday night when the monarch was on his way back to town from Abuja. The Zamfara State Commissioner of Police, Usman Nagogo, also confirmed the incident to newsmen, but he declined to comment further on the attack. It was gathered that the armed men mercilessly attacked a Hilux in the Emir's convoy and killed the driver, 3 policemen, a senior guard to the king, and 1 Dan Amal, who is an uncle to the Emir. Before his appointment as Emir, Mohammed Asha was a major in the Nigerian army. You've been listening to Global Updates on Fresh 107.9 FM, Abeokuta. Still to come on the foreign scene. US set to approve Moderna COVID vaccine. In sport, Robert Lewandowski beat Ronaldo Messi to win FIFA Best Player award. Still with Fresh 107.9 FM. So glad to know you're still there, and now to the rest of the news. On the foreign scene, the U.S. Energy Department is the latest agency to confirm it has been breached in what is being described as the worst ever act on the U.S. government. The department is responsible for managing U.S. nuclear weapons, but said the arsenal's security had not been compromised. Tech giant Microsoft also said on Thursday that it had found malicious software in its system. Many suspect the Russian government is responsible, but it has denied the claims. Meanwhile, U.S. President-elect Joe Biden has vowed to make cybersecurity a top priority of his administration. A second coronavirus vaccine is nearing emergency approval in the U.S. after it was endorsed by a panel of experts. The head of the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, said his agency would move quickly to authorize the Moderna vaccine, allowing the company to begin shipping millions of doses. It comes days after the U.S. began its largest ever immunization campaign with the rollout of the Pfizer-BioNTech jab. Regulators reported earlier this week that the Moderna vaccine was safe and 94% effective. The U.S. has agreed to purchase 200 million doses and 6 million could be ready to ship as soon as the vaccine gets FDA approval. Hundreds of thousands of Sydney residents have been told to stay home after a new outbreak of coronavirus ended a 2-week run of no local cases. Australian officials are scrambling to trace the source of the infection after finding 28 cases across the city's northern beaches region. The New South Wales government has urged all locals to wear masks in public areas and to be on high alert. Residents now face curbs on travel to the country's other states. In business, Google is being sued by 38 U.S. states accused of trying to make its search engine as dominant inside cars, TVs and speakers as it is in smartphones. This follows a landmark lawsuit by the U.S. Department of Justice over a similar issue in October. It is the tech giant's third U.S. government-related lawsuit in 2 months. Google said in a blog that redesigning its search engine will deprive Americans of helpful information. And in the world of sport, Bayern Munich forward Robert Lewandowski has won the award for the best FIFA Men's Player of the Year for 2020. The Polish national team captain was named ahead of Barcelona and Juventus stars Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo to win the coveted prize. He emerged the winner of the prize after he helped Bayern to win a treble, the Bundesliga League, Champions League and the DFB Pokal trophies. Lewandowski, who finished as the top scorer in all 3 competitions, scored his 258th goal in the Bundesliga to help Bayern seal an important win over Wolfsburg in a match that ended 2-1 on Wednesday. Before we end the global update on Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta, here is a recap of the main stories. We told you that Nigeria has reported 1,145 new cases of COVID-19, the highest ever recorded in one day. On the foreign scene, a second coronavirus vaccine is nearing emergency approval in the U.S. after it was endorsed by a panel of experts. And in sport, Bayern Munich forward Robert Lewandowski has won the award for the best FIFA Men's Player of the Year 2020. And that's a global update on Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta, as edited by Wale Bakari. I am Omoyemi Adesoye. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.
Broadcasting worldwide, the latest hits and the greatest memories. Fresh.